Hi, I'm back again with my Robert Cray Strat and another pickup swap. For those of you who've seen the earlier video I did, I had this guitar for 10 years with the stock custom shop Robert Cray pickups in it, and then I swapped that out for a loaded pickguard from Seymour Duncan called the Everything Axe pickguard. And there were lots of comments about that. Thanks for watching that video, and thanks to people who commented on that. Basically, the reason I did that, I'll just recap very quickly. The custom shop pickups that originally came with the guitar, of course, sounded terrific. And I used them for 10 years because our band was a 5-piece, and then a 4-piece, and then a 3-piece. But finally, with things changing the way they did, we ended up doing a lot of duo gigs, just guitar and bass. And particularly at one of the outdoor gigs I was doing, the Robert Cray Strat with the stock pickups just sounded a little bit too thin and lightweight, and I didn't want to go out and buy a whole other guitar. So that's when I did some research and decided to just move over to the Seymour Duncan pickups. Now, unfortunately, when I did that, I also sold the custom shop pickups because I needed the money to pay for the Seymour Duncan pickups. Some of the comments were that, hey, they both sounded good. Other people were like, man, you ruined the guitar by putting in the Seymour Duncan stack humbuckers instead, and so on and so forth. But I had a good reason for doing what I did, and it worked really well for the last 6 years. Some of the comments more recently started making me thinking about going back to something more like the original setup on this guitar. Now, as far as I know, Fender doesn't sell the custom shop pickups that came with it originally as a separate item. So I started looking around for something that would be sort of that vintagey, low output kind of thing, and probably a Fender pickup as opposed to another manufacturer. And because I have some other guitars now that are dialed up a little differently and can cover some of the ground that I needed this guitar to do, I felt I could take it back to sort of more of a low output, vintagey sounding Strat, closer to its original intent. So I'm going to just run you through the pickups that are in here. This is a Fender set of their pure vintage 59. So they're Alnico 5 magnets, staggered magnets. These are the 59s. So let's just give them a listen. I'm running through a Fender Deluxe Reverb. It's about a 1967. And I'll take you from position 1 in the bridge, and we'll just flip through this and let you hear it. And then if you have any comments, you can put them in there. If you want to hear this guitar in action, I'm working on a recording right now, a single we're going to be working on for Christmas, and I can put that on the notes later when that single is ready to go or whatever. And if you want to hear the other guitars in action, or you have any questions about that, just go to galeandcarl.com and you can hear the kind of stuff I get up to. If you like a particular guitar tone and you want to ask me about it, I will do my best to find my recording notes and give you a little update on, or a little idea of what I did with it. And if you really hate my guitar tone and you want to know what to avoid, then sure, comment on that and ask me a question, and I'll kind of let you know what I was using for that as well. So here we go. Bridge pickup. pretty vintagey sounding, I think. A lot closer to the original sound I was getting, with maybe a little bit more bottom end on these pickups than the Crays had, I think, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I heard them. Also, just some good news too. I took this guitar out and used it on a gig with my Fender Blues Junior, my Tweed Blues Junior with the Jensen speaker. And it was a blues gig, 4-piece band, and it worked really, really well. So these pickups sounded great through that amp, and it was great for a blues gig. Also sounded really wicked with a slide. I was using, for the slide solo stuff I was doing, I used an Ibanez tube screamer, and so that was it, just a tube screamer for a little bit of punch to that amp, and yeah, I was really impressed with how it sounded for slide. I think I was probably just using the middle pickup, I can't remember, but it was cool. And during the gig I used all 5 positions at one point or another, although probably, you know, mostly in the neck in the middle, but it was really good. So I'm just starting to use it for recording, and we'll see how that goes. And I'll keep you posted. Thanks for watching.